composite key. What do you mean by the composite key? Composite key is a combination of many number of keys. Okay, composite key is a okay. Then මේක පේන්නේ නැහැ නේ. ඔය පොඩ අරකට අල්ලන්න එනවා. අරකට අල්ලන්න හැබැයි ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙනවා. zoom out එක කියන්නේ. zoom out එක මෙතනින් කරන්නේ මේ තියෙන්නේ. මේක කරන්න ඕන. එමුත් උඩට කරදරයි නේ. Okay. Oh, okay. When we're looking at the composite key is a combination of many attributes or a number of keys. In this situation, further you can use in the global key, you can combine these two keys. Okay, this is the partial key and this is the sorted key, and you are getting a combination of this and assigning for the global indexes. So when you are referring these two keys, you are refer particular data record. You can even your matching means joining two collections when you collect, because when you're considering this NoSQL concept, we will never think about at the moment. Yes, when we are talking about the database or data table, definitely it comes to the relational database model come to our mind. But the thing is that this is not the relational database model. So when looking at here, it is independent collection. So when what you can do is once you are doing the joining two items. This is one item come from the one collection, the other item come from the another collection. So you are making a relationship between these two collections and give a ID, give a unique index ID, and you can make it as a global index. DynamoDB features. Okay. Now we are talking about we have discussed the structure of the DynamoDB. I would like to share some few things with the features of the DynamoDB. The first thing is scalability. At the very beginning, you can start your database as a small. You can enhance your database. It means you can add more tables. You can add more keys and lots of things, and you can modify your database. The second thing is that when we are talking about the scalability, even you didn't modify your database, your size of your database getting increases. How it's going to be happen? Usually the database consume the data, your application. Your database is basically based on another application. You are developing application to access the data, to communicate the data, storing the data. The people who are using your application will store lots of data on the database. Then the size of the database getting increases. To size management, to archive management. What do you mean by the data archiving? Okay, I will tell about the data archiving later. In the scalability, you can easily identify the size of the data, amounts of data in the database, and provide the necessary management mechanisms for this data. When you get an increase, okay, then you can it can already further the database management system can facilitate for these kinds of database. You have to pay based on the size of the data that you have consumed. If your data size getting small, so you have to pay small amounts of data. And further, you can add more features for your data. The one is the automated scaling. If you enable the automatic scaling facility, it will not giving the same services throughout the time duration. It means something like this. At the very beginning, your amount of data is very small. Gradually, it is getting increasing. for the small amounts of data, it's charging a small amounts of money. When it's gradually getting increased, so you have to pay for that when it is increasing the size. On-demand mode. On-demand mode is something like this. I think you guys always used the mobile phone. So do you have heard some terms in the mobile industry, the peak and off peak? Yes, like the same, database also having a peak time and off peak time. By analyzing this traffic, you can predict the peak and off peak time, and you have to set extra resources to handle this issue. Yes, that's the reality. So you have, if there is lots of traffic, you need lots of servers. When the traffic goes down, can you remove that servers? No, it's impossible because you have already used them. But in this cloud environment, the on-demand feature is a key factor to become success. When you're using the on-demand feature, when the traffic goes up, when the traffic moves up, then what will happen? The database automatically scaling system and the on-demand mode executed and put the extra effort and extra resources, extra processing power, and cater to that demand. So you have to pay less amount. Your database management system will provide consistency service for the customer. Consistency user experience. It means user never feel any slow or delay of the database. Could you remember the best example is the site? I couldn't remember the site, the name of the site. When you are looking for your A-level results or O-level results from the government website, you have to wait very huge time because of the delay of the database. In this situation, if they have used this theory, what will happen? Because throughout the year nobody going to search their results. When the results issued, the automatically Amazon DynamoDB Features try to execute and cater to all the people to find their results within a second. What do you think? Does it is smart mechanism? Yes, it is smart. And transaction management. Yes, definitely databases become more effective feature or a more reliable feature is the transaction management. Let me explain what is the transaction. I think Dulanji. Okay. This is Dula. And Pomo. This is Pomo. Okay. Now Dulanji needs something like 2,000 rupees from Pomo, and actually she's asking some 2,000 rupees from the Pomo, and Pomo say, I don't have money in my hand, but I'll do a bank transaction. How do the bank transaction happening? Okay, first it is happening two steps. This is step one. Step one, it will bank deduct 2,000 from Pomo and add 2,000 to Dula. Okay. This is the second step, is the adding 2,000 to Dula. Okay, what will happen? The first step is going to execute without executing the second step. So Dula lose her 2,000 and you didn't receive the 2,000 Pamo deduct the losing the 2000 and Dula didn't receive the 2000. But this is called that's why we need the transaction. How do we fix this issue? We are saying this is the database status. Before starting, we are record this status as status 1, and after the transaction we are saying this is status 2. In between that we are doing something like, if you stop in between that, if you corrupt or if you cannot continue all these steps, we are moving back to the previous step. This is called rollbacking. Transaction commit and transaction rollbacking. The most of students and most of engineers never focus on this thing because even it is very important. So in the DynamoDB also provide the features and all the facilitation for the reliable transaction handling. Automatic scaling. This is the detailed information about the automatic scaling on the demand when you are having high demands of your database. Okay, you are rapidly because of you will get different reasons to get high demand, because it can be a paid advertisement. Paid advertisement say you are getting 50% discount for the mobile phone from this shop. Everyone try to access this URL to get more detail because demand gets high, and you can do some social media activities, social media campaign, so automatically the demand gets rise. Maybe the throughout the year nobody trying to access the education department database when the scholarship results published, then everyone try to access them. Nobody can handle that demand. Based on this situation, the on-demand is automatical scaling is a feature that is provided by Amazon services, and you can use that feature to carry on your activities. Dynamically provide throughput capability. It means the most important thing is the throughput. How much of data you are going to provide per time. So based on the demand, you will provide a consistency service. That's even the demand is going to be increased or getting decreased. You're providing continuously. You are providing consistency service. This is the important thing. This is the customer experience. This is customers looking for. If your amount is less, if your data amount is less, okay. To handle these kinds of situations, it means unexpected traffic, unexpected situation. In normal, general way, what you have to do is you have to maintain high performance computers, high performance database management applications like Oracle. Imagine the cost of the Oracle. Okay, so you have to spend huge amounts of money, but unfortunately your amounts of data is very small. So, but Amazon takes very less amounts to provide a consistency data, to provide a consistency experience for your customers. On-demand mode. The on-demand mode we have discussed earlier. The on-demand mode is the mode. It is something like when you are demanding the capacity to handle the thousands of requests at once without capacity planning. So you don't know, you cannot forecast, or you cannot when you're doing the database infrastructure analysis, or when you're making a database server, you have to figure out what kinds of capacity, what kind of specification you are looking for. It means service spec. In this service spec, you are determining this service spec. You are define or determine this service spec based on the general demand, but you cannot predict your demand, but because of some specific situation, your demand will get rise or get low. in this situation, on-demand mode is very useful without